affects their job, their home life. At Room to Room, we want to take the guesswork out of buying a mattress, and that's why we brought in this technology. It shows you what you need. We want to do the assessment and find exactly what's perfect for you.
Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 6.
Well, happy Saturday and welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather at 6. I'm meteorologist Caleb Edelblut. I'm so excited to be back up here spending my weekends with y'all, and this time with much better news. I know last week we were talking about hot, humid, muggy, dry conditions, just all the things you never want to hear while in North Mississippi in August, but finally I have some great news to share with y'all, and I can't wait to dive into that. So, like I just mentioned, finally some great weekend news for y'all. We're still dry, but thankfully we're not really rooting for those rain chances just because we're finally in those seasonable temperatures, and that's going to continue. But those seasonable conditions will improve, and I want to say cooler temperatures is still going to be August in Mississippi, transitioning into September. So we still know how those last summer days work, but it'll be a lot cooler, and that's due to a cold front making its way through the area. But also, of course, I want to give y'all an update on the tropics because as we go into September, we're starting into those peak months or month for hurricane season. So definitely want to keep y'all updated there in the tropics as well, just showing what's going on. Fernand formed out there earlier today. It's now a tropical storm. But coming back to North Mississippi, you can see in Tupelo, 90 degrees, but this is the main story. Feels like 90. So we're not humid, we're not muggy out there just because of that continental dry air pouring in from the north, pretty much 5 miles an hour, not much providing relief, but it's coming out in that northwesterly flow. So beautiful, calm, dry conditions across Tupelo, and even the wasps tuning in, enjoying all this outside beautiful conditions. But for Batesville, same thing, 90 degrees, feels like 91. So even if we're a little bit above with our heat indices, it's not by much. We're not shooting up 10 degrees, pushing those heat advisories or extreme heat warnings. So a lot calmer and more bearable for North Mississippi. Out here you can see wind definitely playing more of a factor, 11 miles per hour coming out of the northwest. So just kind of continuing that northerly wind into the area, just allowing us to continue staying dry. You see out here in Winona, 88 degrees. So it's already 6 o'clock and you're in the upper 80s. Cannot be much better for that, especially on a Saturday. So any outdoor plans you'll have, go out there, have fun. You can see 88 degrees feels like 91. So we're not even pushing those upper 90s with those feels like values, still keeping the same trend of those northerly winds. But looking at the temperatures across most of North Mississippi, it's pretty much low 90s. You can see upper 80s sprinkling into our viewing area. Lowest one I can see right now is 86 in Iuka. So beautiful conditions. And if you're in the 90s, you're not really pushing the 90s or as high. So not even mid 90s or upper 90s. Pretty much 93 I can see is probably the highest here on the graphic in Houston. But other than that, everyone's sitting pretty. But heat indices, this is my favorite thing to talk about because it's nothing bad that we're talking about. Your heat indices are pretty much the same as temperatures. So just showing we don't have that mugginess affecting us. We're actually able to go outside, feel like we're breathing and not suffocating with all that moisture in the air, and just allowing for those cooler temperatures to continue, But looking at the first 12, we still have a 10% chance of those rain showers. It's fighting an uphill battle just due to how dry we are, but still some showers along the Alabama-Mississippi state line trying to push their way into North Mississippi. And honestly, you could kind of put a 10% for 10 p.m., maybe into 1 a.m. just with the latest model runs, but still not as confident with those. We're basically going to stay dry into the overnight hours, just showing those clear, mostly clear conditions, going down into the low 70s by the time we're starting our Sunday morning church commute. So it'll be a perfect way to continue our weekend. But looking at Mississippi Live Weather Radar, not much going on. You can see most of the showers I'm pretty much covering up. Happening out in Alabama, you can see most of the showers pretty heavy around Birmingham. So I know my sister maybe can hear a rumble of thunder or two out in Birmingham, but should be enjoying some rain showers. But for North Mississippi, we're continuing to stay dry. Nothing going on. We can even put this on a loop for the past 3 hours. Yeah, nothing's really going on in North Mississippi. Most of it's staying across and into Alabama. Let's go 6. Just to cover the whole day, see if we can get anything, if it'll go. I think it's still current right now. Let's tap it again. No, we can't get you to go 6 hours. Will it do 3? It'll do 3, but not 6. Okay, well, it was going to be dry. I just wanted to prove my point, but just showing that we're still going to be very dry into the rest of the evening. Some of those showers are really going to push maybe south of 72, north of Interstate 22, just affecting those northeastern portions of North Mississippi, but still continuing that trend into the rest of our weekend. Now this is what I've been so excited to talk about. I've been up here with Matt and Gabe as they were talking about this cold front, tracking it as it's finally coming, and I get to talk about it this weekend. So finally some good news. You can see as we're starting this broadcast, pretty much kind of over Memphis right now. And it's going to start slowly pushing its way into North Mississippi. You can see this heading into the overnight hours by the time we're here for our 10 o'clock broadcast, still kind of over North Mississippi. And it's going to be over us for probably the next 24 hours, maybe a little bit more, still just dumping those amazing effects that we can see, but still lingering over us. You can see those rain showers really affecting the northeastern part of North Mississippi. Still not as high on it, but that front could provide some lift. It's being a little aggressive out there towards our Alabama counties, but still could hear a rumble of thunder, could get some random showers, but I know we won't be complaining just because of this is our dry season. And eventually that front's going to continue pushing its way through. By the time we're waking up for our Sunday morning church commute, we're going to be waking up with some cooler conditions in store for us and also clear conditions. So this dry, clear, beautiful trend is not only a Saturday thing, it's going to continue into your Sunday as well. So a great weekend all around. And we can track this out on the next 24, just showing these conditions, 70 degrees by the time we start out our morning, maybe some pushing in the upper 60s. And then we're going to slowly climb our way up into the 90s and it'll be low 90s. So as opposed to last weekend, we're rapidly increasing into the upper 90s. Right now, it's more of a slow increase into the low 90s. So much more bearable and a lot more calmer. So definitely going to be enjoying them. And you can see not many rain chances for tomorrow, still staying dry, but also that means we get to enjoy any outdoor plans. Can't really risk those rain chances and just showing that it's going to be a great forecast ahead for our Sunday. But coming up in the next 60 seconds, I'm going to continue giving you all an in-depth look in North Mississippi of when those rain chances could occur, if any, and then what to expect for your Sunday, but also to the start of your work week. So we'll be right back in 1 minute.
Your family deserves the most beautiful smile possible. At Tupelo Smiles, we use precision dentistry and advanced technology to make visiting the dentist an amazing experience. Relationship-based comprehensive care. Come discover the difference at Tupelo Smiles.
Well, welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather at 6. I know I just said we'll be back in the next 60 seconds, so I hope you did not run off because we're definitely here a lot quicker than 60 seconds. So apologize for that. I'll look into that before the 10 o'clock. But I guess we're starting off this segment earlier, and then no better way to start it with these Weather Watchers pictures. You can see Weather Watcher Thomas sent this in last night, finally under those Friday night lights again. Tis the season for college football and high school football to be back. He sent this out at Boonville, just showcasing their Friday night game starting. So I should have checked the score for y'all, but I know whether y'all won or lost, it was a great time out there with those beautiful conditions. Speaking of beautiful conditions, we can see this out here with Weather Watcher Olga just showing these calm, clear conditions across the sky. Sun's still setting, but it's so clear and bright, you can still see some stars starting to pop up. So great picture sent in by Olga, also giving us kind of a hint and look into our forecast for tonight and into your Sunday night as well, just showing this trend is going to continue for the next 24 to 48 hours. But coming back to North Mississippi and Aberdeen, you can see this trend continuing even during the day. Not many clouds. You can see most of those clouds very far away, and they're very, what's the word? Yeah, horizontal. There's no vertical lift, no vertical development, just showing that we're in a very stable atmosphere right now, showing that there's not going to be many rain chances. 91 degrees, feels like 95. So Aberdeen showing some of those degrees with heat indices just bumping it up a little bit, but also nothing as bad as it was last weekend, just showing that we're still dry. And if you go up a little bit, it's not by much. Same thing out here in Oxford, 90 degrees, but much better. Feels like 91. You can see, especially with that northerly wind, 9 miles per hour, just showing that we're continuing to stay dry thanks to that continental dry air just continuing to dump into North Mississippi. But as we look into the day planner and basically now the evening planner, to track out y'all's evening, these conditions are going to continue. We're around 83 degrees by the time we're getting towards 7 o'clock, wrapping up any dinner plans, heading into the evening, and then pushing into the mid 70s by 10, low 70s by 1 o'clock. That cold front definitely moving through the area, and we'll experience those effects in the next 24 hours. But looking at the day planner for their temperatures, you can see pretty much a sharp decrease continue, or not sharp, it's more of a gradual decrease, but you can see we're going off the map. Now, oh, it updated. So 5 o'clock we have 70, but you can see we're pushing upper 60s around 4, 6, and then we're going to start bumping back up into the upper 70s and low 80s by the time we get ready for our Sunday morning commute. So beautiful conditions are pretty much the highlight for this forecast. You can see that cold front really pushing into North Mississippi, and you can see those rain chances really trying to make a push and provide some rain chances for us, but still not as confident with these. But of course, that front really could provide some lift for some rain showers to occur. But of course, it's only going to affect a slim amount of us. That's why we still have those 10% chance. You can see most of us are staying dry, not in the clouds in the atmosphere either. So we're going to continue to stay dry into our Sunday as well. Those showers really trying to persist all night long out there in Alabama, but pretty much most of the moisture anybody could see will be cloud cover. But as you can see, most of that's in Alabama. There's no cloud cover in Mississippi, just showing how clear it's going to be. So for any of y'all that love stargazing, tonight would be a great night to do it. And you get to enjoy it with beautiful temperatures. 70 degree in Starkville by the time we're waking up tomorrow. Upper 60s for most of our viewing area. You can see a lot of 66, 67, pretty much just showing how low we're going to start off the day. So definitely an improvement from how it has been lately. Going back to Futurecast, you can see that cold front still kind of lingering in the area. It's not really going to disappear. It almost turned stationary over North Mississippi, just continuing to provide those effects. It's still moving, of course, northeast of us, but it'll still be pretty stationary here in North Mississippi. Around lunchtime tomorrow, still very dry, not many clouds in the sky, so it should be a mostly clear day for North Mississippi. You can see some clouds really trying to build back in towards the afternoon and evening, but that cold front really just still lingering over us, giving us all those effects that we would love to see for our Sunday. High temperatures tomorrow definitely will be more of a story, but in a positive way. You can see low 90s across the entire viewing area, some upper 80s, 88 in Hamilton, Red Bay, Iuka, Boonville. And then our highest, you can see, of course, Greenville coming in around 96. So still Mississippi, it's still August, but definitely some improvement with those seasonable temperatures. But our heat indices, I shouldn't have covered them up between the transition, but they're not increasing. So we're not having those advisories, those warnings, just showing that it's still not muggy in the atmosphere. And of course, I had to show it. There's no orange, there's no pink. We don't have any advisories, no warnings. And we saw that so much this past week and last weekend. So just showing the beautiful forecast ahead. And we're not really going to see many pinks or oranges for the next coming days. So this isn't a Sunday trend, a Monday trend. This is more of a next 5 days trend. So thankfully not going to be seeing much of that. And of course, with no advisories or warnings issued, you got to go out to the park. You got to have those fun outdoor plans for your Sunday. And you can see pretty much almost a copy and paste kind of a pattern, just off and on with cloud cover for your day. Just clear, beautiful conditions, not many chances of rainfall. We're staying dry, but we're also staying cool at the same time. So not really rooting for those rain chances either. But yeah, it should be upper 90s, or not upper 90s, excuse me, upper 80s. So definitely something we'd love to see. But coming back to Futurecast, you can still see that cold front really lingering in our area. And then by now we're going to finally see it slowly move on. It definitely enjoyed staying over North Mississippi, providing that all these benefits. By Monday morning, you can see that wind still pushing in from the north, providing us with these cooler, drier conditions. Not much cloud cover will be affecting us overnight into Monday. You can see some of them trying to build back in around lunchtime. But for those that start school, I know Ole Miss will have their first day of school on Monday. Y'all will have a beautiful day for y'all's first day of school, unlike Mississippi State students who had those rainy, hot, muggy days. But you can see moisture really starting to push back into our area Monday night, but it's still in Arkansas. So you can see most of the rain chances, when they start pushing in, it almost starts evaporating and just stopping by the time it gets to Mississippi. And those rain chances won't really pick up until more of Tuesday morning. You see 1 a.m. So there's not really many chances of rainfall on our Monday, especially once you see on the 7-day forecast. Those chances kind of move towards Tuesday, just more elevated as some of that moisture really tries to move into our area. But that's kind of more overnight and into the next few hours. But I know Matt and Gabe will continue tracking that out, and I'll be tracking that out here for our live show at 10 and even tomorrow 6 and 10. So make sure to continue tuning in. I just said tuning in like a lot right there. I'm so sorry. But high temperatures, this is amazing. This is what I love to see, especially as a college student that has to walk across campus all day. Just showing upper 80s, almost, I could say mid 80s, especially further north you go. You can see almost pushing upper 70s Monday. I know y'all will definitely get there by the time we get into Tuesday, just showing that this trend just continues to improve. So I'm providing great news now for the rest of today, Sunday, but Matt and Gabe continue talking about this into your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday as well. So it's just beautiful to see heat indices. This is what I like seeing too, just showing that it's not really taking a huge step up, just showing how dry it is, and we're not really wishing for that rainfall either. But like I said, this pushes into the rest of your work week. We're going off the graph again. Just like this is the perfect way to fall off the graph, just showing how low our temperatures will be. And we can see this is the hottest it'll be right now, and it's very bearable. I know we've all enjoyed this weekend so far, and it's just going to decrease pretty sharply into our work week and just slowly try to make its way up. You can see it can't really decide. But going towards the tropics, you can see it says disturbance 2. This is technically disturbance 1, but Fernand became named storm today. It's Tropical Storm Fernand. But disturbance 2 right here, showing a 20% chance of formation in the next 48 hours and a 20% chance in the next 7 days. So not as confident as of right now, but still something that the National Hurricane Center and us at Mississippi Live Weather will continue to monitor. But Fernand is basically the story of what we want to talk about. You can see these spaghetti plots almost taking the same exact path as Aaron. It's still kind of pushing with that not northerly, it's just pushing north in that direction, not affecting us. It's of course not to any strength to really affect the East Coast much as Aaron was, because that eventually became a Cat 5 down here, started pushing up, getting closer towards the East Coast, and you had your rip currents and wave heights. But Fernand right now is still just tropical storm and will continue pushing north, not really affecting the United States. So something we love to see. We can track this out with our atmospheric moisture, showing Fernand kind of trying to strengthen, but of course, the further north it goes, the more cooler water it will start entering in. Our hot waters are down here closer to the equator, so the further away it goes, less fuel it has to continue strengthening. So not expecting much to happen with Fernand, but you can start seeing that disturbance 2 down here, and it's going to try to push its way across kind of almost horizontal with those latitude lines. Not really expecting much from that. That shows why we still have that 20% chance for not only the next 48 hours, but the next 7 days. So we will continue to keep monitoring that here at Mississippi Live Weather. But you can see really trying to enter the Gulf, and the Gulf is known for having those hot temperatures. So if it can still kind of maintain some structure into the Gulf, we could see it develop there, but that's still a long ways out, as you can see on that graphic. But coming back to North Mississippi, we got beautiful conditions in store. There's nothing to worry about with the tropics. We just need to enjoy these low temperatures, beautiful clear skies, not many rain chances. I know it's our dry season, but we're at least not really missing the rainfall with hot, humid conditions. 92 degrees by the time, or for Sunday, starting off around upper 60s. You can see those lows really start to decrease for the rest of the week along with those temperatures. Tuesday, I mean, at this point, I'm ready for my 8 a.m. I cannot wait to wake up and just walk across campus with 79 degrees. That's perfect. 30% rain chance. I don't want it to happen while I'm walking across campus, but still, beautiful temperatures. And that's going to continue into the rest of our work week and into the next weekend. So I hope that I'll be on next weekend talking about these conditions as well. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll, of course, be live here again at 10. So you can check us out here on the app. Basically has everything in store for y'all to check those futurecast models, tropics, heat indices, temperature. But thankfully, we're not really wanting to check that much right now. It's just beautiful conditions outside. Like I mentioned earlier, I'll be live here again tonight at 10. So I cannot wait to see y'all there. But for now, y'all go out, y'all enjoy the outside and beautiful conditions. And I'll see y'all back here live tonight at 10.